So hi guys, we are the Group 6 and we will report about the North America. Countries profile.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Natasha Yasmin Grace F. De La Cruz. USA. The USA is the world's foremost economic and military power, with global interests and an unmatched global reach. Ang agriculture or farming industry sa USA ay napakahalaga at may sector ito na umabot ng 2 million farms sa US na mag-provide ng food sa mga Americans noong 2020. Noong 2021 naman, nasa $187.93 billion ang value na naidagdag sa pondo ng agriculture sector sa United States. Ang United States daw ay separated sa British Crown. The Constitution drafted in 1787 na na-establish ang federal system with a division of powers that has remained little changed since its inception.
So good day everyone, I'm Merlita Ibaldeslim, Canada. The world's second largest country by surface, but relatively small in terms of population. Canada punches about its weight in economic terms. Ang Canada ang pinakamalaking industries, real estate mining at sa manufacturing. At ito rin yung pinakamalaking company ng mining sa buong mundo. A large portion of its GDP comes from international trade, with its largest trading partners being the US, China, and UK. A federation of former British colonies, Canada follows the British pattern of parliamentary democracy. Nag-tie up sila ng Amerika sa trade system at ang Canada naman ay may sarili kung paano ito ipamalakad.
So good day ma'am, I am Wing Figueroa. I will discuss the profile of Canada. Canada is a vast and rugged land from north to south. It spans more than half the northern hemisphere from east to west. It stretches almost 4,700 miles, 7,560 kilometers across 6 time zones. It is the second largest country in the world, but it has only 1/2 of 1% of the world's population.
Hi, I'm Isanga. I'll be reporting the country of Mexico. Mexico is a nation where affluence, poverty, natural splendor, and urban blight rub shoulders. In fact, the Mexico is the second largest economy in Latin America and is a major oil exporter. Main industries in Mexico are food and beverages, tobacco, chemicals, iron and steel, petroleum, clothing, motor vehicles, consumers, durables, and tourism. It is the major exporter of silver, fruits, vegetables, coffee, cotton, and oil products. But the 10,000 of people have been killed in drug-related gang violence in the past decade. Powerful cartels control the trafficking of drugs from South America to the United States. Security forces ordered to track down on them have been accused of abusing their power and acting with impunity. And the foreign policy of the Mexican government is transparent, humanitarian, and effective. The foreign ministry has sought to make its diplomacy transparent with an unprecedented effort to build a solid, transparent relationship with the legislative branch. Over the course of the year, the foreign ministry has coordinated to create an implementation of comprehensive development plan, unprecedented commitment to international cooperation designed to promote the regional equitable and sustainable economic development. Its priority to develop southern Mexico and the country of northern Central America to order to make immigration an option rather than necessity.
So, hi po. My name is Mateo and Christopher B. And I'm going to report Panama country. So, Panama is lying at the crossroads of the North and South American continents and the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Panama is immense of strategic importance. So, ang main industrial activities po dito ay makukuha sa mga agribusinesses, dairy, sugar, mining, apparel manufacturing, petroleum products, chemicals, paper and paper products, and printing, furniture, and also buildings. So, given na po sa kanila ang malaki ang reserve ng minerals. So, mining po ang fastest way to develop, to grow the industry of Panama. So, yun. Also, the United States supported its accession from Colombia in 1903 and secured sovereign zone in which to build the Panama Canal, which remained under the U.S. control from 1914 until 1999. And about po kay Manuel Noriega, yung US po in-invade ang Panama noong 1989 to dispose yung dati nilang ally and military ruler na si Manuel Noriega over his repressive rule and use of country as a center of drug trafficking. And also, Panama has the largest rainforest in Western Hemisphere outside the Amazon Basin.
Human Rights Watch advocates for a U.S. foreign policy that is consistent with its international human rights obligations. The U.S. government should integrate human rights into its wider foreign policy agenda, engage regularly with independent civil society abroad, and work closely with the allied governments to promote and human rights where they are most at risk.
In general, Canadian foreign policy has operated largely in sync with that of America and Europe, with the Canadian government acting as a loyal partner in the dominant Western alliances of the day. Ang foreign policy ng mga Canadian ay operated at nagsisync ang Amerika at ang Europe. Ang Canadian government ay nag-act as a loyal partner ng prominent Western alliance. Ito ay included sa pag-participate sa allied side sa world wars, actively participating in the United Nations and NATO or North Atlantic Treaty Organization, defending democratic capitalist causes during the Cold War, and making military, diplomatic, and financial commitments to help promote global stability and justice in the modern era of terrorism and rule states.
It's me again, Winnie Figueroa. I will discuss the economic and policy of Canada. At the same time, Canadian foreign policymakers have long championed the idea that Canada should always behave cautiously and pragmatically in its deed and rhetoric and shy away from overnight or belligerent actions that could compromise the country's reputation. As a calm, conciliatory, friendly nation, or the central challenge of Canadian foreign policy has been trying to square the Canadian public's strong commitment to abstract principles like democracy, freedom, and the rule of law with the country's practical desire to protect its interests, image, and safety. Canadian foreign policy, Canada is acting as a loyal partner in the dominant Western alliance by the day sync with America and Europe. Canadian foreign policy makers should support the idea that they should behave and pragmatically in its deeds, and to maintain its welfare, Canada possesses a strong public commitment to abstract principles like democracy, freedom, and the country's desire to protect its interests, image, and safety.
And the foreign policy of the Mexican government is transparent, humanitarian, and effective. The Foreign Ministry has sought to make its diplomacy transparent, with an unprecedented effort to build a solid, transparent relationship with the legislative branch. Over the course of the year, the Foreign Ministry has coordinated to create an implementation of comprehensive development plan, unprecedented commitment to international cooperation designed to promote the regional equitable and sustainable economic development. Its priority to develop southern Mexico and the country of northern Central America to order to make immigration an option rather than necessity.
So, the government of Panama is committed to trade liberalization and reduction of structural economic distortions and has published an ambitious national economic plan whose centerpiece includes accession to WTO. Panama's WTO accession will result in effective rate of protection of under 30% for non-agricultural products. And also, Panama is negotiating free trade agreements with Chile and Mexico and is planning to join Mercosur, the Andean Pact, and APEC, APEC. HIT Hong Kong company won the right to negotiate a contract with the GOP for 2 state-owned ports, one at each end of the canal.
That's all. Thank you for watching.